Defense Updates has reached more than 150,000 subscribers. We're genuinely thankful to our viewers. You keep us going. We don't dilute your video watching experience in this channel with sponsored products. If you like what we're doing, kindly support us on Patreon. www.patreon.com/defenseupdates. A Russian Sukhoi Su-25 Frogfoot ground attack aircraft was shot down over the city of Maasran in Idlib, Syria on February 3, 2018. The aircraft, RF 95486/06 Blue, was involved in airstrikes in the region and had just fired rockets on a ground target. Russian media have lauded the pilot as a hero, saying he detonated his grenade to avoid being captured by jihadists who had shot his plane out of the sky. It's the first time rebels have shot down a Russian fighter jet since Moscow began its Syria campaign in September 2015, although rebels did bring down a helicopter in 2016. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how the Su-25 was shot down.
Number 5.
The Sukhoi Su-25 Frogfoot is a single-seat, twin-engine jet aircraft developed in the Soviet Union by Sukhoi. It was designed to provide close air support for the Soviet ground forces. The idea of creating a ground support aircraft came about after analyzing the experience of ground attack scenarios during the 1940s, 1950s, and 1960s. The Soviet fighter bombers in service or under development at the time, like the Su-7, Su-17, MiG-21, and MiG-23, did not meet the requirements for close air support of the Army. In March 1969, a competition was announced by the Soviet Air Force that called for designs for a new battlefield close support aircraft. Participants in the competition were the Sukhoi Design Bureau and the design bureaus of Yakovlev, Ilyushin, and Mikoyan. The Sukhoi Su-25 surpassed its competitors. The first prototype made its maiden flight on the 22nd of February, 1975.
Number 4.
The Su-25 has a conventional aerodynamic layout with a shutter-mounted trapezoidal wing and a traditional tailplane and rudder. Several metals are used in the construction of the airframe: 60% aluminum, 19% steel, 13.5% titanium, 2% magnesium alloy, and 5.5% other materials. The Su-25, like the American A-10 Warthog, being a close air support aircraft, is meant for flying at low altitude, so that the pilot can maintain visual contact with a target and hence has extensive armor plating in vital areas so that it can take hits from enemy's ground forces.
Number 3.
In a statement released on social media, the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham group claimed it had shot down the plane using a shoulder-launched surface-to-air missile. Aviation website translated a video recorded in Arabic where journalist who introduced himself as Moazzam al-Chami said that the Russian aircraft was shot down by people from Jihad Mobile. According to the journalist, they wanted to shoot down another Russian Su-25, which means that the terrorists have enough man-portable air defense systems or MANPADS and ammunition for them. MANPADS are shoulder-launched surface-to-air missiles, SLSAMs. They are typically guided weapons and a threat to low-flying aircraft. Like close air support planes and helicopters, most modern MANPADS use IR guided missiles. Infrared shoulder-fired missiles are designed to home in on the heat source of an aircraft, typically the engine exhaust plume, and detonate a warhead in or near the heat source to disable the aircraft. These missiles use passive guidance, meaning that they do not emit signals to detect a heat source, which means they're difficult to detect by targeted aircraft employing countermeasure systems.
Number 2.
Observers pointed out the unusual absence of infrared flares from the Su-25. It's common knowledge that such heat traps are used as a countermeasure against MANPADS. Flares are generally composed of a pyrotechnic composition based of magnesium or another hot-burning metal, with burning temperature equal to or hotter than the original exhaust. The aim is to make the infrared-guided missile seek out the heat signature from the flare rather than the aircraft's engines. Some people are also wondering if the Russian Su-25s deployed in Syria are equipped with MAWS, missile approach warning systems. If the answer is no for these two countermeasures, then more Russian warplanes could be in danger, considering that the militants seem to be in possession of hundreds of manpads.
Number 1.
Franz Klintsevich, first deputy chair of Russia's Federal Council Defense Committee, told Interfax, "Certainly we will investigate, including a great many things, from the type of manpads to the circumstances of the Su-25 downing." He hopes that evidence will be available due to the abundance of UAVs and space surveillance in the area. Syrian special forces were also sent to the area of the plane crash to find and establish the origin of the weapon used to down the Russian warplane. The numbers of fragments of the manpad missile will make it possible to find out where the weapon arrived in Syria from, where it was manufactured, and how it fell into terrorist hands, Russian MP Viktor Vodolatsky said in an interview. Other lawmakers are concerned about how the militants could have acquired the anti-aircraft weapon. MP Dmitry Sablin, coordinator of the Russia-Syria Parliamentary Friendship Group, told Interfax, "We have information that the manpads used to bring down our jet was brought into Syria from a neighboring country several days ago. Countries from whose territory weapons arrive that are then used against Russian servicemen must understand that they will not go unpunished," he added. A Pentagon spokesperson interviewed by TASS has already denied the U.S. sent anti-aircraft weapons to Syria. However, the 2017 defense spending bill, signed by Barack Obama, opened the door for the supply of such weapons to Syrian rebels, a fact that Moscow sounded the alarm over when the bill was inked. However, it envisages careful vetting of the recipients and extensive paperwork, and the Pentagon has previously said that no such deliveries have actually been made. It remained to be seen how the situation pans out in the future.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.